Hello there everyone and happy Video Monday. Teshia here. For this week's video, I want to address a question that I received via Facebook. The question was, how can we train for hormone balance? So often when it comes to hormone balance, we think in terms of our food, we think in terms of our macronutrients, so how many carbs we're eating, how much fat we're eating. Often people think about whether they're eating too much junk food, etc. So often we look to our diet first when it comes to correcting hormone imbalance. But I think it is a little bit more rare that people take a look at what they're doing in terms of their exercise and how that could potentially be hurting their results. All right, so great question. I loved it. So many things, as always, but number one, there's this thing called chronic cardio that happens, and it's especially a common thing amongst women. And what I mean by chronic cardio is basically the girls who go to the gym and they do an hour on the treadmill or the elliptical like 5 times a week. You're going to burn some calories doing that, of course. You're going to burn calories moving no matter what you're doing. And if you're on there an hour, you're going to burn some calories, but the amount is often exaggerated. So the amount that people think they're burning is usually not that accurate. Cardio also tends to make you more hungry. So you could be eating all the calories back that you burned and then some. Okay, just saying. Not necessarily, but it's a possibility. The other thing with chronic cardio is that too much cardio can increase the levels of a hormone in your body called cortisol. And cortisol is a stress hormone that is which is not conducive to a fat loss goal. So cortisol tends to be a storage hormone. So if your cortisol levels are high, your appetite's going to be high, you're going to have sugar cravings, your sleep's going to start sucking, and your whole body could easily become out of balance. So doing cardio is great. Finding the appropriate amount for you is especially important. If you've been going for 5 times a week, doing this for a fairly long time and you're not getting the results that you're after, it's time you take a look at this and really reevaluate it. The other very popular exercise type that's come out, especially in the last 6 or 7 years or so, is what's called HIIT training, high intensity interval training. And HIIT training has been shown to be a very powerful stimulator of a hormone called growth hormone, which is great for burning fat. HIIT training also has been shown to have an appetite suppressing effect, so it could be helpful that way. But what the main thing I want to say, guys, with regards to all of this is that there is a huge difference between what you're reading on Google and in magazines and all of this and what your individualized reactions are. So everybody's a little bit different. And if you're dieting plus doing a ton of exercise, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. So you have to find the right balance with all things. If you're trying to lose weight, you want to really clean up your diet, of course. Make sure that you're eating whole foods diet. That's the best way to create a little bit of a deficit in terms of your calories without being overly restrictive. Over restriction always leads to binging, and if another way of over restricting is overdoing the exercise. So exercise, all of it can both help or hurt your hormones based on your reaction. So what I have found, for example, is that HIIT training for me, it suppresses my appetite. It does during that day. All right. But what I've noticed with myself is that the following day, when my body's in that repair mode, that's when I start to get more cravings, and I have to clock, oh, this is because of what I did yesterday, and really make sure that I eat properly and give my body what it needs in terms of those proteins and carbs for repair. So how your body responds is going to be different. You want to find, I would say, the right mix of cardio, HIIT, and active rest days where you do like yoga or walking. I always recommend that everyone take at least one day off as well. And again, that day can still include like walking and stretching, and you don't have to like lay on the couch all day, but I would say lay on the couch for at least an hour and chill a little bit. So finding the right balance of exercise is the key to an exercise regime that's going to balance your hormones. I hope that makes sense. So you have to try different things and then really look at how your body responds. The main thing is your hunger. So when you do cardio, observe during that day and the following day any changes in your appetite. Same thing when it comes to your HIIT training. How does your appetite change? If I do a lot of weight training, I find my appetite goes bananas. So I know for me, even though that's a fantastic way to lose weight, because really the more lean muscle mass that you have, the more you're going to burn, and you're going to look better too. But for me, I really have to be careful because my appetite goes insane. So what becomes important then is eating right for your training type. So making sure that you're eating properly, like, soon after your weights, if that's what you're doing, so that your hunger, stays dialed in. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense to you guys. As always, if you have personal questions about what might be happening for you, you can post them below. You can follow my Facebook page, Teshia Mahar, the Home of Living Live, and send me a message there, or visit my website, www.teshiamahar, and send me a message if you would like perhaps to do some personal consulting with me, because that can always be helpful in terms of assessing or troubleshooting specific problems relating to your body, your hormone profile, and how your individualized reactions could be, slowing the results that you're after. So I hope you guys have a great week. As always, I thank you so much for watching my videos and following the things that I'm doing. I'm going to be posting a lot more information in the next week or two about what's coming up for me in the next few months. I've had a crazy year, and I really feel like I've been absent in terms of my online presence, and I have a stomach ache about that. I really hate it, but it just kind of had to be shifted a little bit back for me, but that's going to be changing soon. So I'm super excited to be able to connect with you guys more, and especially to talk to some of you guys who are perhaps overseas and do consults with you again. So we will be in touch. Have a fantastic week. I hope this video has been helpful. In terms of hormone imbalance, again, guys, you have to assess the difference between what you read in the literature and your own individualized reactions. Your body and how it responds is the main thing you want to take note of. All right? Have a great week, everyone. We'll talk soon. Bye. Love you. Bye.